We go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You know they can do it. It don't be.
What's going on, people? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
This is the Grown Man Click. I'm T. Scott. I had to start it off a little different this week. We got two guests, but before we get to them, let's start with the crew. To my right,
Van Go.
and Captain's in the middle. What's going on?
Your boy Jay out of Mass Creator.
Way over on the end on the left.
Man, y'all know what it is. It's simply laying under thoughts. I don't know. They done fuck my shit up now. Successful living by limited thinking. Richie Rich is in the building.
And our two guests, we start over on the left. Sir, who are you and why you here?
How y'all doing? My name is Anthony. IG Make Moves Inc. But you can call me Tony. I prefer Tony, not Anthony. Thank you.
Oh,
And way over on the right is
I'm John.
Thank you.
thank you, John.
You're welcome.
And our lovely screen guest. Well, you're not a guest anymore. Who are you? And why are you here with us?
I'm Marcy, and I like coming because I learned so much from you all.
And we like having you here.
Well, that's good.
Can y'all hear?
I'm glad.
And
Yes.
our man just popped in. What's going on, man?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me now?
Sophisticated.
Yeah.
You sound good now.
We got you. All right, we just had to throw the curveball in there, yo.
All right. So anyway, we just wanted to start it off different because everybody in here has their own voice and their own choice. So we did it a little different tonight. Scott brought us in. Next week, Van. Next week, you actually took over the chair for the whole week.
Yeah.
But guess what? Anybody, anytime can be in this chair because we share. That's the way we
Anybody-
roll as the grown man.
Anybody can
No
get
man is bigger than the band.
it. Anybody can
One
get it.
band.
One sound.
we love the
Anybody
tag.
can get it.
We love the tag.
So, I mean, I know we don't have it set up
What
and
did he
we
say?
don't have it
What?
ready, but
Wait, whoa,
let's
whoa.
get out. Hold on. Come on. Let's do this.
Man, you know I ain't nothing you say. I'm gonna let pass, yo.
Yeah.
And good evening, Sheila. I see you up on the screen.
Hey, Miss
Hey,
Sheila.
How you
Hey.
doing,
What's going
Sheila?
on?
As every week, you know how we start off. Whatever your drink is, we start off toasting to a good show. So we say clink, clink,
Drink.
drink.
Drink, baby.
Got that high quality H2O, baby.
For real today, we are literally drinking water. Maybe we need something sedate
Hey,
in
I
our
don't-
lives
Hey,
for
I
a
don't
change.
know about y'all. There's always water for me, man.
Not me. This is the first time I ever toast. I heard it's not good luck to toast with water, but we didn't tap glasses, so I think we okay. If you tap glasses, then I think it's but it's not apropos, as they say.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, and we got on
got
I see
glasses.
down in the bottom. We can't bring him up, but I think my boy Nick Scott from the he just disappeared
From the Queens, man.
from the Queensman.
Yes.
Little Anthony, you could talk about Tony tonight.
Yeah.
Tony tonight. We gonna
Pretty
talk
Tony's
about
what they
that a
call
little
him.
bit later. But as you know, we start off every week with a round table going around saying, "Hey, what's up? And what have you been up to since the last time we seen you on the podcast?" Hey, I was able to bring Nick up. What's up? Welcome to the Grown Man Click podcast, Nick.
Welcome.
So anyway, we always ask, what have you been doing in these streets since you've been on the podcast streets? So who wants to go first? I'll go first. Shoot. It's been a long weekend. I'm telling you, it was a very busy weekend. We had 2 events here. It started off the weekend shooting Tony. Yeah, we did 3 looks for some designers that he works with. By the way, Tony is a model, our first male model guest on the podcast. So we're really happy about that. And as he also said, he was part of the Queensmen with Nick Scott on the screen. So, but after that, I actually had 2 events. I had a birthday party and a fundraiser for my niece. My niece is a chef, and she's about to go to Disney chef school.
Oh, man.
So she was having a little fundraiser for
All
that.
right.
Thank you, Marcy. She enjoyed the little donation and everything. She had some dinners for sale up here. Marcy was going out with the young lady who Marcy came here. We saw her the other day. She actually brought a friend in for a birthday photo shoot, surprise birthday photo shoot. So thank you for bringing somebody in and patronizing us. You know, we love making money. We love it. So, and also I actually had the esteemed pleasure this week of actually hosting a shoot with the mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott. Brandon Scott was actually in the studio,
Okay.
and I got the okay now to post the BTS, so I'm gonna be posting a picture with me and Brandon Scott. I had never met him face to face, never been, I shook his hand a couple times around the city, but never had a chance to talk to him. But we sat down, we talked some club music, mixing. We talked about Baltimore a little bit. No politics, just, he was here for something else. Can't go into it. But the whole idea was that, I found him a really nice young gentleman, because he is younger than me. I mean,
A lot younger than
and he
us.
cut his bush down, so he got the little regular. He just got a little cruddy now, with a little cruddy bush. He good, but he was a really cool gentleman, and the team that came with him was really cool, and we had a good time. I want to give Marcus Gregory, one of the photographers who work here, his love, because he brought the mayor in, and he was the one that was actually pulling the trigger on the camera that day. But it was a very good event, and then I also had another special guest in the house. I actually shot Bree Black, and on Instagram it's Bree BRI Black, spelled B as in victory CK. Amazing, talented vocalist, and she plays hip hop violin.
That's amazing.
Played with Dougie Fresh. She played with Alda Barge. If you go to our page, her Instagram, Bree Black, spelled with a V instead of an A, BVCK. Oh man, beautiful young lady, beautiful spirit. I was working with let's see, her glam team was Melanie on hair, Mahogany Fame was the makeup artist. I've worked with Mahogany a few times. She is amazing. And Samira was her stylist. Samira does denim work, and she makes denim purses and denim pieces. And she made this denim like cable skirt for the shoot that I said I know 3 guys that'll wear that because it had like Gucci, Chanel, and logos on it, so that you could wear it. Fashionistas would wear it like over a pair of regular jeans because it don't fit like it fits a girl like a skirt, but on a guy it would be like a kilt, over kilt.
Right.
So it would look good with a denim outfit, as a stylist as well. That's what I saw. So as you can see, my week was busy. Not to mention we did some redecorating and recleaning of the studio, getting ready for the holiday season. So I've been busy, and so that was my week, and that's literally from Tuesday to this Monday. So
Shout out to Christine. Shout out to
hey,
Pinky.
Christy, hey Pinky,
How y'all doing?
how y'all doing out there?
Whoa.
Whoa. So I'm just gonna pick somebody. Van, what you do?
Not really a whole lot this week. Had to take care of a few things. Finished helping a guy with a house that he was redoing to put on the market. So I've been working on that for a minute. We just finished that up. The houses in that neighborhood normally range between like $770 and like $825. So you should make out pretty good on it. Other than that, it's just been getting some paperwork together for something I got to handle this week. Going through paperwork is always the hardest thing, trying to organize stuff by date, talking to folks, pulling documents together, just paperwork is always a pain. So, nothing exciting this week per se, but, it's been fairly good.
Sometimes we just gotta work.
Yeah.
Right.
I know those feelings.
Shout out to Jesse. How you doing?
Hey, Jesse Reynolds.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey,
what's up,
Miss
Jesse?
Jesse.
Mama Jesse.
All right. So, Anthony, what you been up to?
The weekend, I met you. What was that?
Friday.
I met you Friday.
Yeah.
We did the shoot.
Yeah.
For one, well, 2 of the designers that I work with, Torres Fashion and Graymont Fashion. They are 2 of my go-to designers that I use since I've been doing a lot of traveling, New York and LA, up and coming London.
Oh, you doing London?
Yeah, in February.
Okay, come on,
Nice.
let's hear it. That's what's up.
So that's what I did the weekend. I never really get to spend time with the people I communicate with. So I took that time. I was invited by him to go to game night.
Okay.
So I said, let me go. And I made a meal for him before. And he was like, you gonna bring something? I was like, yeah, I'll bring a dish. So I took the Cajun pasta.
Oh, that's what you posted. I saw the pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can burn it a little bit, bro.
I'm a nutrition specialist. So
That don't mean you can cook. That just means you keep people healthy. You can make some shit that's healthy that tastes like shit.
no, it gotta taste like something. It gotta taste like something. Just think about the rice cakes. It don't taste like nothing.
Uh-huh.
Right. No, I ain't just doing that.
That's why I ain't healthy. Because I ain't eating no damn rice cakes for sustenance. I'd rather die feeling good about what I eat. Give me a West Steak.
What's up, Shauna?
Hey, Shauna.
Hey, Sean.
Shauna.
So, all right. And let's pitch it all the way down far right. What's up, John? I know, what have you been doing in these streets of Baltimore? Any interesting shoots? Anything you've been doing?
Everything's been relatively quiet for now.
Okay.
Working, taking care of stuff in the house.
All right.
But, yeah, it's been pretty peaceful.
Mr. Nees,
Yeah, man.
you been shooting.
Listen, I've been out here in these streets,
Yeah.
this filming and photography streets. I've been out here. I got back in the studio, which felt fucking amazing. All right. Just like Miss Marcy up there, I had a surprise shoot that a client came through and they wanted to do nothing but goofy shit, and I loved it.
That shit was fire, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Because
I
I
loved.
saw your face
I
light up.
loved every minute.
He
I
he
mean-
was like, I get to do this.
Like let's be honest. As photographers, you always doing pretty things.
Yeah.
When you don't have to do pretty things, oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
I mean, you at least want the people to look pretty no matter what. And they weren't ugly. They weren't ugly.
No. They was on some
They-
goofy shit, and
Yeah,
I
they were
love
goofy.
it.
They were doing, you know, those
I
like throwback
love
pictures.
it.
They were doing those. It was
Okay,
cool.
that's cool.
Also, I was blessed to shoot something big for my sister, but I ain't gonna say too much. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let
yeah.
her get her just due.
T ain't on here. What's up, T? I know you usually on here.
I think
What
she
up,
working.
Bacchus? How you doing, yo?
Yeah.
Hey, Bacchus, what's up? He is an amazing photographer who came to our last event. He's also signed up already for our next event, the Thanks for Getting Sexy, which Anthony will be a part of, one of the 2 male models
Awesome.
that'll be there. We do not discriminate. We like male models to come through as well as female models. But I mean, it's going to be a great event. He actually invited one of his friends from Atlanta, and he got in contact with me today, and he's coming up for
All
the
right.
event.
All
So
right.
it's gonna be fire. I sent his work here. I posted his work in the group, so you need to check out his work. I can't remember his name right now because
Word.
I was in the middle of about 5 different things and talking to him at the same
Okay.
time.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's
I'm
cool.
really excited about tonight, right?
Yeah,
Because Ant here,
Uh-huh.
and it's about time we get another model, a male model here. Because I'm tired of being the only male model. I'm a male
You
B model.
never
Like I'm
been
tired
the
of being the
male model
only
here.
one. That's it. Okay.
You've
I'm-
never been the male model.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, we got all these comments.
Why
Hey,
y'all-
Marcy. Yay. Good evening, everyone. Hey, darlings. That sounds like Pinky.
Yep.
Good evening, GMC and guests. Hope everything is well. Smooches, Shauna, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not looking at the names. I could just, what up, everyone? I don't know. Is that Bacchus?
Yep.
Oh my God.
That's pretty good.
I am ready for December 2nd. That's Bacchus. And Alan Sutton, that's his name. Yeah. So
Cool.
he's coming up from Atlanta. So I remembered it as soon as I saw it come up. But yeah, so I think it's time. Y'all think it's time?
It's time.
It's time.
It's time for the
It's
percolator.
Vader time.
It's time for the percolator. No, actually, it's time for something else, something that's near and dear to our hearts. Flowers or powder for you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Flowers and Powder. If you're new to the Grown Man Click podcast, you've been missing out on something. But if you have been here before, you know what time it is. It's Flowers and Powder time. And to let you know how Flowers and Powder works, we're going to pass it 2 seats down to the south, and we're going to talk to my boy Van Gogh.
So, Flowers and Powder is the segment of the show that we do where if somebody's done something absolutely amazing for you, you can, kindly give them flowers or a nice little shout out here on the podcast and say, we appreciate you. But if you've got that one lady in the grocery store that's got 3 grocery carts and she's in the 10 or less checkout line, go ahead and rear back, take some of that baby powder out of her cart, dust your hands off, and smack the crap out of them.
That's right. Cool. So, anybody got some flowers or powder there itching for a scratch to give out?
Hey, I go.
Go ahead.
Here we go. First of all,
We know what he gonna say.
That was
First
fast.
of all, I want to say that I'm giving flowers to everyone on the panel, everyone at home, all my loved ones. I want to give flowers. I always like to lead with love. Okay. I always like to lead with love. Now, powder.
Uh-oh.
Powder comes to someone whose name I don't even know. But I was at this place that gives me a paycheck,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked me to fix a couple things
Mhm.
and steam a couple things. And then he came back and said, never mind, right before it came out the oven.
Wow.
So then all I had, nothing but steamed food.
Nobody eats steamed food.
Wow.
Steamed shrimp.
Oh, true. I mean, like, I thought you were talking like chicken or something.
Oh, no. I'm talking seafood. Yeah. And all that shit got to get thrown away, which I don't care about the company. You just wasted my time. And it's like an hour before I get off. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
Or is it this one?
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Fuck. Yeah, I was a little hot about that.
That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. You can't use both of them. Yeah.
And to a bitch who like to put shit on niggas' records, but that's another story. Go ahead. Anyway.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, fuck. Forever. Forever.
Anybody else itching for a scratch?
I got something.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Grace.
Grizz.
I have to give well, I got to give flowers and powder out to one thing. I had
What do
to
you want to do?
well, I had to give a funeral to the old laptop because it's been crashing and crashing and crashing on me over the last couple of podcasts. So I'm giving out some flowers because it was very useful and it did me well. But I'm also giving it powder because it decides to want to crash and shit when I'm on some of the best podcasts that we've ever had. So I done went out and already, you know how we do. When a bitch act up, you just replace it. So I just replaced it.
Yep.
Wow.
So I got a new laptop. What's up, bro?
I said I was thinking about it when you was talking.
And so I just got a new laptop. I even got a new camera coming on the way. So all of that's going to be ready for the for Wednesday. So yeah.
All right. That's awesome.
Yay,
Excellent.
good.
Yeah, I got flowers. I got flowers, first of all, to all my fellow veterans.
That's right.
This weekend was Veterans
Absolutely.
Day. I also have flowers to everyone who shows support, to everyone who strapped on a uniform and strapped on a weapon and went out and did what they had to do to defend your right to express whatever opinion you had.
Do street
Now-
shoulders count?
Now,
Uh-oh.
there is some powder. Tell me why I'm sitting on Howard Street looking at the light rail, looking at the Baltimore Convention Center, and this scraggly old dude, I'm in a red light, this scraggly old dude comes up, he wants something. So I'm like, all right, cool. I look around my car, I only got pennies. I don't keep cash. So, so I roll down my window and I give him what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know this Baltimore Bama ass had the nerve to look at me and say, these are only pennies.
Wow.
Man,
You are only broke.
if there
Wow.
were 5 cars around me and a camera,
OnlyBroke.com.
I was about to reach out my window
Grab his collar and drag him for 4 blocks.
right before I pulled off. When the light turned green, this Bama threw them damn 10 pennies at my car, and and he lucky there was a car behind me because I was about to go Baltimore on his ass, stop and reverse, but I didn't. So all he gets is powder.
Wow.
We all give it out.
Yeah, and his ass also get a rumbly ass stomach that night too, 'cause he still ain't eating nothing.
I almost felt like Van because that was definitely something that Van would see.
Yeah.
Now, in his offense, Van always start off flowers and powder. She always got
Guys,
Betty.
you should put some powder in your cars. Just saying.
What's up to my brother Eric? And what's up to Lady Shy?
What up,
Lady
y'all?
Shy,
What's
what's
good,
up?
peeps? Is Eric,
Eric too.
right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I am one. I'm batting one.
The last four.
Because people don't realize that when you're batting 100, that's not right because it starts at negative and goes up to 1. So if you're batting perfect, it's 1, not 100. Like if you ever look at somebody's batting average, it's a point in front of it.
Hey, Shy.
So useless information brought to you by Masqueration. That's what I do. I know stupid stuff. Hey.
That ain't very sassy.
Anybody got any flowers? Any powder they want to give out? John, you flowering or powdering anybody today?
I have flowers.
What you got,
I have
Marcy?
flowers. I did 5 meet and greets for new clients, and all 5 of them booked. So I have 5 new puppies, families with pups that need care. And
that is awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah.
yeah. So it keeps growing and growing. Cedar Stay in Place. I'm really excited about that. And of course, I'm
Shout out,
still giving
shout out.
flowers to Mass Creation Studios and Jerry for making my girl
You froze.
so special and beautiful and highlighting her. And thank you so much.
You got a congratulations from Shauna.
Thank you.
Shy? Oh, who's Shy?
Lady Shy.
Lady Shy. Hey, Lady Shy. I didn't know she was there. Hi, Lady Shy. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
You say Lady Shy?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. You probably said it right to her. Y'all trip.
Well, hey, look.
She is cute. I know.
It's cuffing season, man.
I
I don't want to turn my heat up. What are you talking about?
Here we go.
Turn off.
Well, you know what? I got some flowers to give out, and it's going to somebody who I give a lot of flowers to. But I just want to give some flowers to my girl Sheila, and the reason why she knows because Saturday was really rough. The beginning of Saturday was really rough on me, and I was going through some stuff. But it's nothing like just a simple phrase and a simple gesture to make your day that much better. And my wife changed the whole mood and offset of my weekend with just a simple text that she sent me first thing Saturday morning. Because usually during the weekends, I get here about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. There's a lot that I want to fix, finish, getting stuff done. And I had some issues. So it was nice to, actually feel like somebody heard me and didn't try to explain away why, my feelings. You know how people try to explain away your feelings?
Right.
Instead of just listening?
Mhm.
She actually did, not saying she doesn't on more than one occasion do this, but when I needed it really badly, she did an amazing job of being there for me like a good wifey does sometimes. It's, when they're not trying to be overtly nice, it just went far beyond what she thought she did for me. So love you for that, babe. You made my weekend great. And of course, flowers to everybody
Auntie.
who was here this weekend, who helped out, did something. Everything in this building goes on because of the people you see in these 4 chairs right here who come through and help me do what I do. So I love you guys, and I support whatever you got, and you support me, so I love you for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Y'all still ain't subscribed to my
Aw.
Only Knees.
Thank you, Pinky. He told me that one. Don't think that I did that one. He just told me. Thank you.
He's really Rain Man. He can tell us.
It is special, definitely. Flowers to my students who have stuck by me this last 5 years. The beginning of the month, I was giving up on my business, but they said no, and they have been helping me Advertise. That's Lady Shy.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very
You
told
better
I don't
not,
know.
damn it.
There's a delay on the clap tonight, but at least it's working and it's not giving us fuzzies. So
I told you he was Rain Man.
I'll take the fuzzies over the delay. So I think it's about time for us to get into this subject, don't you?
Word.
yeah, we can do
Yeah.
that.
So as you know, we are on the series. Well, this is the third in the series. You know, we started off the first one almost like immediately when we went into the Grown Man Clique from the Befuddle Brothers. The first one that we did, one of the really first shows we did, I believe, was it Tracy? And
Might have been.
Yajay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and it was another young lady who was on screen. I can't remember her name right now. Another model that was on screen, but she did the first episode of Model Behavior, and basically we were just talking about the model industry and getting into it and the work and everything. And it's not like everybody thinks it is, because you know it is a difficult thing to break into, and it's also a difficult thing to stay committed to. Because, you know, a lot of times you're doing a lot of things out of your own pocket as a model until you get to the point where designers start saying, I want you, I'm picking you, I'm using you. And photographers start going, oh, wow, I want to shoot you. I'll do some collabos. You don't have to pay me and stuff like that. And then the next time we talked about it, it was more or less the ins and outs of the industry and dealing with people who were shady.
Right.
So we were talking about that was the shady people, not really bad people in general, but just kind of shady, you know. And tonight we're going to delve into the difficulties of this whole industry, from photographers and models, and some of the horror stories that you may have had to deal with, and issues and conflicts, because I've heard of stealing, where models have had things stolen from them from the dressing rooms.
Shout out Bennett.
People who
what?
have Steve.
That's Steve Bennett.
Steve
It was bad time.
You know, one thing, you know, as I've moved up the rung and the level of talent that I work with has become more professional, I have run into it makes you look back at some of the things that you had to deal with that you don't, such as professionals aren't late. Professionals don't complain.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of things that you deal with in this industry that people fail to. Now, superstars, they late. Because they what?
And they can afford to be.
They can afford to be, because they're gonna get the most. They get the most money, the most talent, the most respect. People know their name, so they tend to be late. But when you're on the mid rung, like most of us are, because I don't consider myself high end by no means. I believe I'm breaking into the industry at a level where I feel like I'm getting to the point where I can be comfortable and make a living at it and not work for anyone else. But there is so much going on in this level, like even shady studios. You know, there are instances where there are shady studios, and this is what we want to delve in tonight. This is the show that makes people kind of like say stuff and then kind of like pull back from it and don't want to say names because you don't want to disrespect anybody. But you know, I mean, truthfully, you know, all of us that have been in this area and have been working in these circles, we have had conflicts.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And
everybody
I mean, we had a conversation earlier, and it was about conflict. I'm not going to go into it because the one thing I just like I tell people in my studio, if you have an issue with somebody else that is not here, don't bring it here. Right. It's not for mass creations. We want a safe, fun, beautiful atmosphere where you can work and be accepted. But if you want to bring some of the funk and stink and nastiness that goes on at other studios, you can march your rabbit ass right out the door.
Amen.
And I'm sure, I mean, I everybody can tell that I'm telling the truth when I say this. I have been to 3 other studios besides my own.
Mm-hmm.
3. One of them, the hair stood up on the back of my neck. I put my camera away and I didn't take any more pictures.
Wow.
Scott was with me. The other one, I kind of liked the energy of the studio, but the style of shooting that went on at the studio wasn't conducive to someone who works one-on-one with people. In other words, paparazzi shooting is what I call it, where everybody's on the same channel.
Shootout.
Everybody's on the same channels, the model's in the same outfit, and 40 people are trying to shoot one model. Look here, look here, look here. No, bruh, no. And I moved a light there and I got reprimanded. I was like, don't photographers move lights? Okay, I can't work here either. And the only other studio that I actually frequented besides those 2 was Bryant Maeve. He had a studio before I got my first studio. And he and I, you know, I only went there a few times. I shot a music video there and a couple photo shoots, but I enjoyed the atmosphere. So, you know, it was like I said, it was just like it is here. When you come in, it's your studio. But I mean, as photographers, what energy, bad energy, remember we're talking bad energy, have you gotten from working in other studios? Or has there been an instance, and keep it real, have you had bad energy here, whether it be from the studio or from a model? Let's keep it real. We don't have to say names, but people need to know. This is not easy. That's Pinky.
I'm gonna say when I first started out, it was just clothes. I didn't even really have a camera, and that's one of the reasons why I picked up a camera. Is because I learned early on that the photographers, once they take the photos, a lot of the guys would make you pay for those photos. So I was like, wait, it's my stuff. I have to pay you for a photo of my stuff when like 30% of what you shot is in my stuff? Like you wouldn't even have content if it wasn't for my stuff.
Yes,
so
they would. Nude content.
So I didn't quite understand, you know, how that whole thing worked. And that's why I picked up a camera on my own. And the energy of that place was just strange anyway. I had deployed one time and got a call, and one of the models that I was kind of working with, that I kind of became friends with, said, yeah, you know, XYZ said that, you know, they're in charge of your stuff while you're gone. And I was like, huh? I didn't leave my business to anybody while I was gone. I was like, wait a minute. So how am I going to handle this situation when I'm all the way overseas? So I actually had to get another friend of mine who was a model to actually go work in that studio. And then the guy wasn't paying the model. He wasn't keeping the place clean. He wasn't like sanitizing the place like after shoots. He wouldn't wipe anything down or anything like that. And I was like, okay, so here's what I need you to do. My stuff that is there, those 3 outfits, just those 3 outfits, I need you to grab those and run. So my stuff came out. And then there was another incident where I think they were shooting somebody that was like underage. And then there was something about they were starting to like force models to like shoot topless. Like a model would be shooting.
What?
Yeah. Like a model would be shooting, and then they'd have like a little house model come out. And then the house model would start taking stuff off to make the girl that was there
feel uncomfortable about not doing the same thing
about
she's
not doing the
right.
same thing. And then she would take her top off, and then, you know, it was just this real uncomfortable situation.
Now you got prepubescent titties out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got caught for that, and then I was like, you know what?
I'm done.
I can't do this. I got to find a way. And that's when I bought my own camera and was like, it's just better if I shoot my own stuff. So that's how I picked up a camera and started shooting on my own, because I was like, I can't do that. One of the models in that situation was actually my niece. You know, so it like happened to family, and it was real disturbing because I was like, hold on. Like it took every bit of me not to flip out.
Right.
Because you know that was family that happened to. And I was like, that's crazy.
I want to say something because I said something earlier, and I said it, and I'm honest about it, and I really do believe that professionals aren't late. But you get a pass when you're driving over 2 to 3 hours to get somewhere, and you don't know what the traffic is going to be.
Right.
That's different. And if you call and say, "Hey, I'm running late because of traffic," or you just honest and say, "Hey, I'm running late," that's that's professional.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Information is being professional. So don't think that I'm bashing people who are a little bit late. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the disrespectful side of lateness. You don't answer your phone. You don't call and notify me you're going to be late. You show up late, and you're not prepared when you get here.
Right.
And prepared is on the level where I was expecting you to walk in the door. If you said, I'm going to have to touch up my makeup when I come in, or I'm going to have to put my face on when I come in, or you say, I'm going to be makeup ready. Right. You know, so that's what I'm talking about. Professionalism goes further than just the time clock. It's about everything you do to get to that finished point.
Right.
So, you know, much love to the models that are late with an excuse.
Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Chico Suave.
Nice.
So, atmosphere is very, very important. As we all know, I'm the one that travels of the photographers here. I worked in quite a number of studios. And in fact, I was working primarily at a studio before Jerry and I got together professionally 6 years ago. And
I tried before then. God knows I tried before then.
Yeah, I know. I know you did.
Yeah. Hard-headed motherfucker.
And the situation at that studio started out great. It was a fantastic location. It's a little out of the way, but lots of space, very accommodating. You know, rates were good. Atmosphere was positive.
They cheaper than me. They were.
They were.
Everybody is.
But I mean,
but my equipment works.
But yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
and look, I don't charge you for paper.
Well, look.
Oh,
I'm talking.
You can move my lights.
I'm talking about before.
I'm just sorry.
I'm
just saying that I'm
talking about.
You know, I know who you're talking about.
I know who you're talking about. But it's a lot of studios.
But it's a fact though. But
exactly.
Exactly.
And I'm talking about. And I'm talking about before then, because all of those issues, I didn't have any of those issues. The issue that I ended up having is I started slowly feeling an uneasiness in the air, and I was being exposed to that uneasiness as if I was a confidant.
It was like you was in the middle of a Phil Collins song.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can feel it
in the air. Oh, hell yeah. And
oh Lord.
And the few really good photographer friends that I had that ended up leaving that situation, I was wondering why they left. And then I started wondering, how long is it going to be before I leave? And I ended up leaving. We don't have to talk about that here, but as you know, I called you that weekend. We talked when you got back in town.
Yeah, I was away on vacation.
And I moved shop immediately.
Remember the commercial? You got a home in West Virginia. You got a home in West Virginia. I was like, yo, when I get back, you got a home, bro.
And that was it.
And that was it. But let's read this comment on the screen.
We'll leave the line on for you.
Communication is key and pivotal in a lot of such situations, especially when with the situation in which you gentlemen are referring to. It only takes a minute, but can make such a lasting difference.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
Shauna. You're
Awesome.
right.
So,
That's a fact.
my boy Anthony, Tony, as we must call you tonight, where can we go in this quest for conflict? Where and what, if you feel comfortable, if anything, that you could share with us today that was, it doesn't have to be conflict. It could be just an uncomfortable situation. Did I say uncomfortable?
No.
Uncomfortable situation that, yeah, I'm making you squirm a little bit. Yeah, this is what we do. We want the honest.
I've got conflict. If you're,
Okay.
I mean, conflict and issues, it can come from a lot of things. You know, when I first got into it,
Bring that mic a little closer so they can hear you.
when I first
Mr.
got
Barry
into
White.
modeling
There we go.
and going into photography, when I met you all,
Yeah.
you know, it was cool, it was fun, you know, but then the things that come after, you know,
Right.
whether it's you, whether it's the other, whether it's just what someone is reading from a picture, you know,
Right.
not
Yep.
understanding the we said the word the other day, Jerry, it's basically telling a story.
Right.
You're telling a
Context.
story, whether or not you solo, whether or not you're with a person, it's all telling a story. But the conflict and issues sometimes comes where it's just that one little apple seed that's planted, no matter who planted, and it just grow leaves and it passes on. And
Right.
some take it, some don't.
You know what we were talking about when we were talking about the last week's show? We were talking about the sexual energy. And we were talking about how it transcribes onto a picture and people take more than what the picture is saying.
Mhm.
You've experienced it because you pose with women.
Right.
And you have done boudoir and intimate posed scenes with women.
Right.
And what most people
And
still
people will
fail to
gravitate towards.
most people what most people still fail to
It's
realize
still just a photo.
about photography is that there's a reason why much of photography is called editorial photography, because you're editorializing a scene. You are putting into pictures what someone might write. Shout out to Grizz. That's what we do. Therefore, you know, you're often put in those situations where people are not necessarily reading the story that you were telling with the images that you created.
And it's got to look as real as possible, so you can misinterpret
Thank you.
what's actually really happening in a photo.
And a
it
story
depends on
and
the
it-
person's
well,
perception too.
Yeah,
Right.
but
You know, they could
also,
look too much into it or not enough.
Right.
if you've done your job right, art is supposed to do what? Cause what?
Emotion.
and
And
imitate
it's supposed
and
to
imitate
trigger
life.
Conversation
And
Yeah, it's
imitate
supposed
life.
to trigger
and
something.
invoke
Right.
feelings.
Disruption.
It's supposed to.
That's what
and
art's supposed to do.
disruption, yes.
Disruption.
It's supposed to do everything. So you may. How many times were you attracted to somebody who was holding you tight?
What?
It's multiple times that it could be.
I'm
any
talking about
type
in the
of
picture when you're working professionally.
Oh no, you're not. It's you acting. You playing a role.
That's what I wanted
That's
to
the
get
most.
to.
That's the most
Right.
important
And-
part.
and-
You playing a character.
Right.
So it's not about. I mean, I would hope. When nobody get in front of the camera, like, oh, she. No, people.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Oh, she feeling me. Oh, she. No.
No, they do. You know they do.
You have a role to play, especially.
And most of the problem comes when you play the role too well and people see it and think that after the shoot, you smutching boots.
This is
Or
all fiction,
smut-
people.
And that's not what usually goes on. Most of the time, you don't see each other till the next runway show or the next shoot. And shoot, you may not even see them again,
Right.
depending
Could be
upon
8,
where
9
you shot
months.
and who you shot with.
But if they are having a perception of that photo, you did your job.
Right.
Right. That's
exactly.
that's what-
And the perfect example of this is most people would be blown away to realize how many people we work with, men and women, that are attracted to the same sex. So they're creating
Right.
imagery that they have absolutely no personal connection to.
right.
Do you remember the day I had Tracy here?
Yep.
And Tracy shot with Indigo
Yep.
and Mr. Z, because
Yep.
that's what he goes by now, Mr. Z, and within hours of each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were doing stuff for a magazine, 2 different scenes, 2 intimate scenes. And Tracy was, the model that was here for both scenes, and Mr. Z, Zorian, Jomo, lifelong friend,
Yep.
and Indigo came in back to back. And the energy in the room was crazy. They did some amazing work.
Right.
They got up and left out of here and went their separate ways. There was no spillover because
None.
that's good stuff. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So when I hear stuff about, like photographers, trying to manipulate their way in the girls' panties and all this other stuff, it's not for you, like we said last week. It's for the camera. I tell Tony to look in the camera. Yo, look right here in the camera.
Now
I don't want him.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't. He cool and all. We had a beer together. You cool, but guess what? No, it's not for you.
Now
So
I
stop it.
don't know, and you hot shot, but Tracy got personality, so she's going
Bring
to
it.
vibe with anybody.
Right.
Right.
So,
But
yeah.
nobody was like, can you think I could go home with her? Nobody was like that. It wasn't like the bar or the club where,
And Tracy might have her bodyguard with her. Shout out, homie.
I was about to say, Tracy other half one of our best
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Gang, gang.
Biggest cheerleader, and always want to see her do well.
Yeah.
And that's another
And
thing.
she will
People
run you
look at
down.
these pictures sometimes and they don't realize when we're shooting, sometimes the significant other is in the room.
It's in the room,
with
sitting
them,
right
cheering
there.
them on.
A lot of times they
times.
are. Guess where that energy comes from? The significant other that's in
That's
the room.
in that
It ain't
room,
coming
Yes.
from
supporting
me.
Right.
And best believe they done seen all the outfits before we even laid.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
Sometimes.
And I found it to be great when that significant other kind of not really interferes with the shoot, but kind of chimes in and was like, hey, you remember that pose that you did that one time at so-and-so? Let's do that one again. And then they're adding to the shoot. It's like,
Right.
oh, okay, now I don't have to think of all this. They're helping me out. This is great. You're getting
I
feedback.
did.
Sean
From the
and
other
Jay,
person.
Jeremy.
I
You know,
just set up.
right.
Just set up a shoot today, and first thing model asked me is, what are we shooting? Whatever, and I told her, and she's like, okay, that's cool. Oh, by the way, my husband is coming with me, and I told her, I'm like, that's fantastic. Because guess what? I bet he's your biggest supporter, and
Right.
I need him as a cheerleader because I need
that's
that
what
energy.
That's what you wanted to shoot.
And we tell all the time, we tell models, if a photographer tells you that they can't work with you if you bring someone else because they like an intimate setting,
That's
Red
immediate-
flag.
That's an
they
immediate
do
no.
not need to
Red-
work with you.
Red
Yeah,
flag.
Yep.
Hell, black flag. No, hell no.
Because-
No,
Run.
that's just
If-
a hard stop, period.
If I could be
That's
honest, yo,
hard
stuff.
sometimes the boyfriend and husbands can be weird.
True.
I done shot something.
Yeah.
But
And,
True.
and dude was behind me. He was like, "Nah, baby, that's not how you arch. I seen you do better than that." I'm sitting there with the camera like,
No. You know
Well,
what?
then you would just take
You know
control
what,
of the
though?
"All
situation.
right."
You know what though,
So
Rick?
how do you handle that situation when you have somebody when they have
Go
You eject them. I almost had to do that to somebody once.
No, I'm not going.
I
I'm not
have
going
never
to eject nobody.
ejected. I've never ejected a significant
Nah, I ain't
other,
doing that.
but I have decided that I don't want to further the relationship with the model if I had to deal with that situation again.
Yeah, the only
I had a model, right quick, because
Yeah,
I want to
no.
get to John, but I had a model that came in for a shoot, and her significant other was here. Met him. We were cool. We were vibing, and there was one outfit she bought and another outfit that I had from one of my boutiques that I needed her to shoot. And as soon as she finished the outfit that he bought for, he started moaning and complaining that he was going to be late for work, needed to leave, all of that, when we had 2 hours left to the session.
Right.
So that was him saying, I don't want no other man putting you in clothes that I didn't pay for. And I mean, I could tell because, you know, it was just like, we were all fine and good when we were shooting the stuff. Yeah, I went and I got this from, and it was from
Right.
that. And then as soon as I got bought, and I think the problem was what I putting her in was more expensive. Because I have a good relationship with a lot of clothing designers and stuff. So I get some really expensive pieces. I don't even tell them. Like, y'all see the price tags, but by the time the model sees it, the price is cut off.
Yeah.
Right.
But women know.
Right.
And I think he was upset that I spent, well, I didn't, but it was worth more than what he paid for her outfit. Yeah, that Fashion Nova. I did what I did, didn't I? That's right. Yeah, this is Dolce and Gabbana.
Yeah, put on this Dolce jacket real fast.
Yeah, just put on this. You want to put on this Moschino jacket right quick? You know, sorry, $7,500. I know.
I have a question I want to ask you guys.
Yeah.
When working with models and having the significant others in the studio, has anything ever gotten to the point to where it almost came to blows?
With them?
Yeah, with
Yes.
with either the model or the significant other.
Yeah, the model and significant other were going to fight each other. You mean? Because nobody.
Either that or the significant other is coming after one of y'all because of the fact that.
No,
I never had that. Have you?
I think I would end something before it got to that point.
Yeah. I mean, you can read the room. Like, if you feel the hair standing up on the back of your neck and you think you got to go in your office and get your shit, you got to in that shoot.
Just kind of wind that shit down as quick as you can.
Not even on no tough guy shit. It was like my temper just won't allow me to go that far. I cut it off.
Yeah.
I stopped the professionalism right away. Like, all right, let's go outside.
So, hold on. I put the boyfriend to work. I need him to bring out the emotions from his girl. Plus, hold this light over there.
That's right, Backus. You right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
I mean, like I was saying, Chantal and Jeremy.
Well, it helped.
That's couple goals
modeled
right
too.
there. If they're watching this, that's
And
couple
what's his
goals.
name?
Like, they're awesome.
David's significant other?
David and Pinky.
Pinky, yeah.
Yeah. David and Pinky are fantastic.
And he also models, so that helps.
Right.
But I'm saying there's a certain energy when the significant other is on the buy-in. It's when they're not.
Exactly.
And that's the problem. But let's pitch to John, because John said he had a conflict. So I want him.
I don't even know where to start. So this
At the
starts
beginning.
Okay, so this starts in a studio that's going to be nameless.
Yeah.
But you guys know where it's at.
Yeah.
This isn't really a major thing, but what really got me is every time I'd bring a model into that studio, after each shoot, the owner would poach them for workshops or et cetera. Very common, to the point, it was annoying to me. But
that was common.
Right, but God forbid I actually got somebody off that person's Instagram page that was a negative.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was, free game on one side, but God forbid.
Oh yeah.
I grabbed from that, which I normally don't do anyhow. I really don't do it anyhow.
Right.
But it was like I committed some deadly sin or something. And honestly, I thought that was bullshit.
And the problem,
straight bullshit.
Yeah, right. The problem you're talking about is,
and I don't even know. I don't mean to interrupt. I don't even know how common that is with studio owners. I really don't know the etiquette behind that.
You know what the etiquette is, and am I wrong? And tell me if I'm not, because all of y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. But I usually ask the photographer, "Hey, I really like to shoot her. You mind if I ask if I could get her information?"
Yeah.
And the other way around is, how many of y'all have heard me say, "Hey, I know that I've shot this such and so. You really need to shoot her."
Right.
As a studio owner, it doesn't pay for me to always be in the studio. it pays for them to be in the studio because they pay me for usage.
Right.
So if I'm the one that's always in the studio, then I'm not gonna make money. I need them to shoot the
That's kind of
models.
like how I felt. I was forced to do all the hard work, hunting people down,
And then she
etc.
just says,
and then just like that, boom. It's okay for them to go behind my back and do some, backdoor deal.
That's bad business, because when you're running a space where people are paying you to use that space, but you're not dealing with them in such a way that they feel comfortable with their creativity, because you're always lurking and waiting to, as you say, poach. That's a very good term.
Well, I mean, that's
that's a very good term.
That's an accurate term.
It's happened to me multiple times.
Right.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that ain't cool. That is no way to run a professional anything.
So that's not a norm. I'm just
No,
on my own.
no.
I've only experienced that one time.
I ask the photographer, because if you're paying that person and you're paying me, and you're the catalyst for them being in the building, I'm gonna ask your permission. I'm a grown ass man, and I could go on Instagram or Facebook and find them if I wanted to. But guess what?
It's
our
the courtesy.
relationship and the way we work together is more important to me than shooting a model. Have I not turned models down because I felt like the energy and chemistry that they've had with a photographer was better than what they would have had from me? Because and I said, I don't want to shoot them. You shoot them. You need to be shooting them because y'all work well together. I don't need to shoot everybody.
John, I can honestly tell you, I've worked in studios from Jersey to Georgia, and most of the time, I haven't run across that situation you're talking about in any place that I've worked, whether I've worked with them multiple times or one time. Most of the time, when somebody is running a studio, whether they're a photographer or not, when they got people in that space and they're paying them, they're not photographers. They are business owners, and they leave the photographer to do whatever the photographer is going to do. And whatever happens after that session is up to them. But I personally haven't run into it at all because it's a conflict of interest.
And you notice you have
Well, that's all it's done is upset me. I'm like, I'm being told I got to do all this work by myself, but yet this person just comes in just like that, right from under, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I might be a little bit different.
Me out of my office every time you need me for something. I'm not sitting in your session like sitting there watching you work or.
No, not at all. You're a ghost.
I'm gone.
You're a ghost.
I leave. Sometimes I'm up here in this area and they'll be downstairs and they'll actually have to find me or call me because it is their time to work with a subject. So me being there may be more of a hindrance because if you're working with a young lady, two men in the room may make her uncomfortable. She's in a compromised situation.
Right.
So I'm like, I've asked. Because there have been times when you guys have had some amazing models, and I'm like, "Can I sit in for a minute?"
Well, you remember when
and
I first shot?
I'll even ask the model, "You mind if I watch for a while?" If they give even look, oh, my phone just rang, and I'll leave the room.
Right.
Well, you remember when I worked with Amy?
Yes.
You had your helper. I forgot what her name was.
Tika.
Yeah, you had her sit in just to make sure everything was safe.
Right, but I wasn't sitting there because it was another female.
But she also helped out too.
Right.
So, that was more than acceptable.
Right.
How are you different, Rich?
No, I'm different because I don't give a fuck. I don't. Like if any other photographer be like, "Oh, I want to shoot him," you shoot him. Like I don't care. Like,
right. I don't really care either. I want y'all to shoot.
Give a fuck at all.
But it's some models like I don't want to say any names because I'm not putting anybody on blast because it wasn't like a bad or a negative situation. It was just like I saw chemistry.
Right.
And when I saw the chemistry that you had with that model, I was like, they don't need to shoot with me.
Right.
Right.
They're
You don't
not
want to
gonna-
change the chemistry.
ain't
You don't want to
gonna get-
change the energy.
You mean having you in the room as a third person?
No, that's
sorry.
in sex. Yeah, that'll change the energy.
So what?
Yeah.
But we talking about photography. But anyway, what I'm saying is that not when they're shooting, but what I'm saying is that, when he's working with a model and I've seen their chemistry working together and I just think, wow, and didn't see the work. I've actually declined shooting models. He was like, yo, she want to shoot you. I'm like, nope. Why? I'm like, y'all dope. I love the work y'all do. I look forward to the excitement of seeing y'all working together because y'all are inventive. You come up with stuff. I mean, like, I've actually had to come in and help out with a lighting situation or whatever that. But I'm like, because I want the best for y'all shoot. It's not like,
But J
So it's
Mac,
not all about you.
J
No,
Mac,
right.
That's
Huh?
you gotta go back to the GOAT Spike Lee in School Days. If that's the case, and she wants to shoot you, you gotta be like, pass the model. Pass the model. Like, it's a little difference when they asking to shoot with
Yeah.
you than you coming out and saying like, hey yo, you should shoot with me.
Now-
That's a little different.
Right.
Well, yeah,
That's a little
no, absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to address something because I don't want to make it sound like it's all been peaches, roses, and sunshine for me because there are models that have been banned from my studio.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow, really?
Kick
Oh,
it out.
yeah.
The
So
model
hold
has
up,
to
come
do
back.
that.
Multiples.
Hold up,
I-
Jay. Hold up. Before we get to the band
yeah.
part,
Yeah,
let's not miss this conversation.
yeah,
Let's go to Ant.
yeah.
How you feel about that though?
What?
About other photographers when you're in a studio session poaching? Like, I'm thinking about salmon right now. My bad. What would y'all say? Poaching?
Poach?
Poach? Oh,
Yeah.
so I was
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Salmon.
not like a poached egg, man.
How do you feel about other photographers salmon?
What?
salmon in you.
You know he can't stop.
Shout
eating
out to
food,
Douglas.
yo.
That's scary.
Poached salmon? It's just
That
me.
is salmon
Okay.
for you fit model.
I mean, I ain't never had no one from working with Jerry, Scott, Boudoir with R&B, all of the photographers I work with. It's more like a family, like how y'all are family. Is the photographers that I work with, it's like a team. So it's never been uncomfortable. I've never felt in between when I
Right.
work with the groups from these guys here, when I work with Jesse Reynolds and Jimmy Lightroom and Fredericksburg. Like, I never feel no division because it's like Jerry said, like, Jesse shoots a certain way, Jimmy shoots a certain way. So they both have their own visions.
Right.
Mhm.
Same with Scott and Jerry. Everybody has their own vision. Plus, I look at it as a team thing. I haven't had that happen yet. I'm not saying.
What Scott has you doing? Because Scott, like, king of
Scott always put him in the arms. Scott always put you in the arms of a beautiful woman. So you don't mind working with Scott. You like, Scott, what woman you got
You know
for
what?
me?
Because you knew it was coming.
You know,
You knew it was coming.
that means he don't see none of my work.
No,
That's what that means.
no. Time out. I do. I just see mostly the women though.
But
I don't shoot a lot of men myself either though.
yeah, I've seen you shoot more men than women.
Who?
Like
Who the fuck is who? I bought 2 dudes.
I seen you shoot ourselves. I seen you shoot
Nah.
nine.
No. Shout out, brother.
I saw you.
Oh, what you say? He don't count.
I saw you shoot Reggie.
Who?
Reggie. I'm thinking
He's
with
like,
you.
I don't even know.
He's like, who the hell is Reggie? Reggie Jackson,
Nah,
remember?
nah.
Mr.
But that's not
Mr.
intentional.
October.
That's not intentional. To
I
not
know.
shoot, man. It's just
Yeah, I know. It is. It's
mostly
very
women.
intentional.
No, it's not. I just
He called himself the
They
only
called.
male photographer, a model that's been on his panel.
I am knee model. My knees are motherfucking amazing.
Oh
Pause.
my God.
Yeah. Pause.
Hey, Rick. Hey, I'm gonna need you to let them knees go, bro.
Can I
Hey, crazy.
backtrack
You see, I got the cut.
a little
Yeah,
bit early?
yeah. Go
So
ahead.
when we were talking about
Hold
for,
on
bringing
for a minute.
escorts,
Go ahead.
one of the things that I've gotten into the habit now of doing is if the model says she's going to bring someone, I just have them to remind the person that it could be a few hours, and just make sure they're okay, hanging out for a while.
Right. Well, I do have a
I
TV
mean-
in the lobby, and I have snacks.
Just
And
so they kind of know what to expect.
you can watch Sports Center for free.
Right. Just so
Yeah.
they know what to expect.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch. I personally,
I want to know what models did to
Some of
have
the
you
people
ask
I've
them
worked
to
with
leave
are
the
brand new to
studio.
the scene.
Hold
too.
on. What did
Yeah.
you say? What did you say, Marcy?
I want to know what some of the models did that was so bad that you had to ask them to leave the studio.
Oh, asshole boyfriends.
No,
Taking
actually, it was
people's
never because of a boyfriend. It was because of unprofessionalism. Yeah. Well, okay.
One
So
model took a shit on the floor.
no, that.
No. Shut the door. No.
So one
Shit, ain't gonna never
model
come
in specifics, one model came in with another photographer, and they were not even shooting in the main studio. They were actually shooting in the up here in the natural light studio. And I was having a meeting with the person that brought them in my office, and somehow this model migrated down to the other floor while the shoot was going on, went in the dressing room that was occupied by models that weren't here for me, but with another photographer, and was going through items and things in the dressing room, and came out going, "Oh, look what I found." It's not lost. I'm sorry, I was about to curse, but it's not lost. It's not yours. And we know it's there. Can you please put it back? And can you go upstairs? I don't know why you so. I'm like, okay, you don't know who I am because this is my shit. And you have violated, because the reason why you're not down here is because there's already a shoot going on, and you weren't supposed to go in the dressing room because their stuff is in there. And I don't know whether you put anything in your pockets because you weren't supposed to be down here in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yo, don't ever bring her back here again in life. Because if you don't understand, I've heard instances where models have said they have lost items while they were shooting because people were taking them from out of their bags when they were in their dressing room. That's one of the reasons why I always divide up the models in different rooms, so that there's not a plethora of things available for people to grab, take, and go through. Because if you got 40 bags on the ground, nobody can tell whose bag is whose. But if you got 4 bags on the ground, one belongs to you and the other belongs to the other 3 people. So that was one. There was one instance where I felt like one person was getting a little bit too comfortable with the studio and with me, because I'm an open, nice, giving person. And I offer myself and things, that I, really easily help you out if I can, do whatever I can to make sure you have a good time and environment. But when you call me and I don't answer, and you leave me a message telling me why I did not answer, like you're my wife, like you're Sheila Ann Allison Brown. Sorry, that's her old government. I just put it out there. But you don't get that right. The only person I answer to is the person that got this ring on my finger, and you are not that person. So you do not have any type of pull to the point where you're going to address me like we have a relationship that goes beyond my camera and my flash. Bitch, bye. Sorry, I don't use that term much, but that was over the top for me. So it was like, and it was easy, and I Moses the shit out of her. You remember when Moses left the castle?
No, I wasn't born
and
yet.
the Pharaoh was going. And it's on the 10 Commandments. It's a movie.
You're a heathen, Rick. You're a heathen.
So anyway, when Moses left when the Pharaoh banished Moses, he said, "Your name shall be stricken from the records."
So he said, "Fuck you, I'm out."
No, he didn't say "F you, I'm out." He was thrown out of the camp. He was raised as a prince, and he was cast out of the castle.
It was brothers.
Yeah. So they had to stricken his name from the record books. His statues were taken down and broken. Nobody could speak the name Moses. The Pharaoh
Like he
banned
never
Moses.
existed.
Yeah,
Right.
That's how I am. I even banned my job from being mentioned in here that I used to have.
Yep.
It's the job that
stricken
told
from the
me
record.
I don't play. They ain't Moses because I slip up and say it every now and then. But
As much as you're in the movies, you don't remember Yul Brynner saying that, yo?
I do. I just wanted to do an age joke.
you just had the age smack. That was an age smack. I get it.
I was going to ask if this was another Rocky moment.
Right. So
I was born in April. I had to watch that goddamn shit every time. It came on CBS.
Man.
So
Y'all remember Prince of Egypt? No. Okay.
what?
Wow.
Shut up.
Yeah, verbal threat, black. This is verse. We got Raw, Jay on the beat. We got Smoke. This goes to all y'all hating ass niggas who ain't fucking with us. Check it, yo.
Hey. You know that was the Grown Man Break with Bunky Jr. dancing to the Grown Man Click anthem by my boy Get 'em Verb. Oh, I did too.
No, I'm from DC though.
Oh, okay. So that's a big thing. Yeah.
That was
No,
something
I filmed that.
I
He was
met him.
dancing in front of me, so I filmed that. I met him. No, I'm joking.
Hey, he said that with his chest too. I'm from DC.
Yeah, I'm from DC. Mumbo sauce, bitch. Why you need ketchup? Mumbo sauce, motherfucker. No.
Y'all know McDonald's
So-
got mumbo sauce.
Oh, feast, baby.
It's job good too.
That's
It's
just
what?
I ain't gonna lie.
Is job good? Oh
that's
my
like-
God, that's a DC slang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
job good. It's job
You
good.
jive turkey. I'm gonna take you down to disco. The discotheque.
That's like DC
But
in the
before
70s.
before we go too far, this is the Grown Man Click podcast. I'm your boy J.I. All the way over to my far left is my boy.
Yo, Richie Rich is in the building, CEO of Slut Gang.
One seat less than left is my right, or one seat less than the right is my boy.
Van go.
Sitting to the right of me all night of me has been.
T. Scott.
And our special guest tonight in the house is my boy Tone.
Tony. We done it again.
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony. And far right, been here all night. That is the one and only,
You legendary
the legendary
John.
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 I
Just.
wanted another name. See,
It's not just
now that you
John.
don't have a keyboard, you can't keep changing your name.
I mean, it can happen.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
And on the screen, we've had Sophisticated Grizzly all night. He's incognito for a reason, but we don't need to put him on blast. And we also have the lovely, vivacious, and always curvaceous
Hail the
Marcy. So thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Are there any questions from you, Marcy, that you might have thought about knowing the subject as far as difficulty situations that photographers have? You know, you had such an amazing experience coming here, you know, and that's what we strive for. But, you know, if you have anything that you may want feel that, you know, you may want us to answer, you know.
Like I
and
wouldn't,
you can
even
go
though you
as far
opened your studio. Yeah,
Huh?
even though you opened your studio up to us and you were like, make yourself comfortable, you know, you put us in the dressing room so she could prepare herself and everything. There was no way in the world I would think, let me just go through this stuff, or let me look at these shoes back here. Let me, you know what I mean? Because those aren't my things. So I can't imagine somebody just like going through stuff. Oh, look what I found.
Oh, it happens a whole lot more than
But
you would
we
think.
talking about she was going through people's
Like somebody's
bags.
bag. Like the
That's-
dressing room, the stuff
that-
on the wall. That's what that's for. That's
Yeah,
probably-
you can-
probably
that's
that.
even
You
worse.
can look at, you was
You're going
going
in
through
somebody's
people's personal
bags.
belongings.
That's even worse. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's just
crazy.
that mental issues.
They will
Yeah,
break.
they-
They will cut your fingers off
They'll
if
put 'em
you
down on
steal.
They'll put them down on the chopping board and
Yeah.
just
I have to say though, I have to confess when you said, go ahead and look at the different backgrounds and stuff. Serena and I, we both pulled out our cell phones. We're taking selfies behind.
Yeah, everybody does it. We don't mind. It's not like
Backgrounds.
you gonna get a
So we did
surcharge
have fun
for
with that.
selfie taking. But I actually remember I even told you. I said, "Go on out. You can take
Yeah.
pictures. I don't care."
Hey, Marcy,
Yeah, you did. Yep.
for your first
Yeah.
time, those pictures were stunning. They were
Yeah, they're
really
amazing.
really spot on.
Sarita, she the way he made her glow, and she was so happy as she was looking through the pictures at dinner. The smile on her face just was everything. So thank you again. That was perfect.
Her
Yep.
energy was really that's the whole idea. We can only capture what's already there. We can't. Well, nowadays with AI, you can make shit up. But when you're a photographer and you really do what photography means, which is capture a moment with light, you can only capture it there and then. And if your energy is right and the mood with she wanted reggae music.
I mean, this is a testimony to your work. I mean,
Yeah, it is because you could literally see.
I just you don't understand me. I don't.
No, I don't. But
I don't take accolades well. I'm always growing and always learning, and I don't really want.
But I mean, that's a sincere.
I know, and I appreciate
it. It's not
it.
like these other people that are doing it for what you know.
Well, I understand, and I told her.
And you could see the nerves just melt away from her as you were shooting her.
You did a great job.
I think I did a really good job. I think
Wow.
she was happy, and the young lady that
Well, yeah, the
shot.
feedback you're getting now, it's amazing.
Thank you.
That's a funny comment.
Yeah, they need to put a bell on her. No, she don't need a bell because her ass ain't coming back in here.
Yeah, no back. She ain't gonna be back.
Prowling ass. Even little mother. Well, we have no. Let me back that up. We have no
Ill will.
No, we don't have any proof that she actually took anything out of anyone's bags other than the stuff she took out of the dressing room and said, "Ooh, look what I found." How you gonna find something that's already there that you weren't even in the room?
Right. I mean,
You walk in the room and see something sitting down. You ain't find it. You pick that shit up.
She must never been in a stripper's locker.
But from all the way upstairs.
She definitely get her ass beat in there.
She pulled the Christopher Columbus. Hey, look at this.
Hey, JB.
You're like, wait, all that's already here. Like,
Hey, JB.
Yeah.
That might be first mentally challenged model you had in the studio, bro. Something's wrong with that girl.
Nah.
Something's wrong with her.
no, not the first one. Like,
She ain't the first.
he had a whole panel.
Hey man, I was trying to be nice. Y'all gonna go in. Hold up now.
We didn't had a girl that was so dumb. She was so dumb
How
that
dumb
Damn.
if she was dirt, she'd be an acre.
How dumb was she?
Whoa.
Oh
Man.
my God.
That's hard to process, ain't it? She's so dumb that if she was dirt, she'd be an acre.
No, that's very easy to process, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, I've dealt with a lot of topsoil. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
That means that all she had is looks, and that's it. That's just it. Jesus.
I just don't.
Well,
wanna
you
say
see,
anything.
we're thinking about that. As
I
you
don't
say
want
that,
to say
right?
anything.
Nothing else needs to be said. We good.
Yeah, because y'all take it too damn long to think, so that just means that's what it is.
Oh yeah. Ain't nobody thinking.
Why is my hair curled? Stylist just curled it. Oh, that's right.
Wait a minute, she kind of like that dumbass girl that didn't know where her hair grew from. She thought it was growing from her brain.
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You ain't see that little thing that come on? It's on Instagram where the girl's like, "Where does the hair grow from? Is it coming off of my brain?" And like, you about the dumbest mother.
Wow.
Man.
So anyway, I think we gotta start something because I'm sorry, this has to be the comment of the night. Need to put a bell on her. I
Right.
love that. Backers, you got it. You made the comment of the night. We gonna have to start doing that, fellas, because now meandering herself. Dinkle, 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 dinkle.
See,
So.
no, because if she's big, we gonna get in trouble.
She wasn't. She wasn't.
Hey, Rich. Hey,
You
Rich.
get a cowbell.
You can put
Yeah,
a
get
bell on
cowbell.
the Wawa.
We're definitely getting in trouble.
No, you can put a
Well-
bell on the Wawa.
Yeah, okay.
I've seen them
Hey.
with the little tinkle bells.
Yeah,
on
I
them.
have upstairs that
Hey,
have
no.
bells.
Thank
Hey,
you.
hey, Bill, hey, Rich, it's okay. It's okay to put a bell on it. Just don't move. Then that'd be fucked up. If you move
Well,
when she's walking, that'd be fucked up.
We didn't specify what type of bell. We didn't say put a cowbell on her. We
Yeah,
said put a bell.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I was thinking of cereal.
see,
I'm putting the cowbell on.
Peyton kids going to get in trouble over here.
I own a cowbell if you ever need to borrow one. Huh?
What are you?
Why do you have a cowbell, Marcy?
Wow.
Like the gentleman on the stage, I'm from DC. We got cowbells and I got rototoms. I got
Well, your family is musically inclined too. so.
tamarines. I got all that. That's the
Yeah.
go-go vibe. You gotta have it.
You got a triangle too? That's what I played when I was in band for like.
I don't have a
What the
triangle.
hell?
Oh,
Who the hell plays triangle?
Marcy, don't tell me you be out at Meridian on Sunday. For real?
I'm ready now, but I would like to come up with street states and stuff like that.
Coca-Cola Park. What?
Hey, Marcy be on that motherfucker hitting the trash can talking about put your one leg up and put your booty on the floor.
One leg up and put your
You know me, I get my little bar stool and sit there and post up all night.
What's that music called?
You impressed? You didn't think I knew about
Get
Meridian?
in
huh?
the water.
Yeah, man.
Bluka, bluka. What is it called?
I see.
Go-go.
Jerry, get in the water.
You know, Go-Go's beat is actually backwards reggae.
You know, go-go beat is actually
If you-
trash cans.
If you play
Whatever.
if you
We
play
actually
Go-Go
play-
beat backwards,
We
you have
actually
white
play real instruments, sir.
Trash can.
Did this man say trash cans?
Yeah.
Anything you can
Oh my.
Get in the water. But Go-Go is the only Go-Go is like Baltimore club music
It's
because
not. Stop.
no.
Stop.
Listen. No. They will take any song and make it Go-Go. Just like Baltimore will take any song and make it Baltimore club.
Baltimore club music.
Yep.
It's all about
Yeah,
unity.
We love her through and through, and though we made it through the storm.
They'll do the same thing with go-go, yeah.
You
I
get
was-
that bluka,
I was
bluka,
in
bluka,
Kuwait.
bluka, bluka, bluka. And here they just speed it up. And we are lovers, we are lovers, we are lovers, 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 we are lovers, we are lovers.
I
We
was
would
in
just speed it
Kuwait.
up.
Uh-huh.
When the Baltimore club remix of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
And like to
SpongeBob
lost my
SquarePants,
mind.
SpongeBob
What
SquarePants,
is that?
SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob
Hey, yo.
SquarePants.
Yeah, I was at the safari with Lady Shy and Braun and them, and they were playing a gospel song. And everybody was
Oh, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked.
Yeah, we
Was it never would have made it?
yeah,
No.
I think so. Well, never would have made it. There is never could have made
What
it.
it was going too fast. I couldn't catch
It's a
up.
Baltimore club song.
That and we fall down.
Yeah, they did. They worked the heck out of "We Fall Down." We fall. That's
Yo,
that.
you know what I love about
that-
club
that-
music? Club music would take a clip from any show and make it a hit.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when that shit was like, how would you like to suck my balls?
Wait a minute. What?
That's from South Park. That's from South Park, man.
Craig's like, I ain't crazy. That shit is crazy. Listen, what was the shit? When I was an itsy bitty boy, my grandma brought me a cute little toy with silver bells hanging on a string. She told me it was
my ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I was sitting there taking a shower the first time I heard the show. I was like, hey, I got a ding-a-ling-a-ling too.
Oh my god, man.
Oh,
I'm
man.
too damn loud at my damn job. Y'all got me loud at this damn place, man.
Quicksilver, TJ
What's so funny there, Grizz?
Rest in
uh,
peace, K.
Hey
Man.
Swift, Mike
Yeah.
Crosby, my boy, 5-star general. I mean, come on,
Wow.
we can go on and on.
Club music ain't dead. You niggas just scared.
Yeah, but right before we go, I definitely gotta give my boy a minute or two. We gonna leave you where you are. We're not gonna bring up the screen because you're not there tonight. But if you could tell everybody where they can find you, Sophisticated Grizzly, on Wednesday nights at 8:15, please let them know.
Well, make sure you come check out the Grizzly 8:15 on Wednesday. We're going to be on YouTube. We are going to be on Twitter, which is now known as X. We're also going to be on Twitch. So make sure you come check us out this week. I'm not sure what we're talking about, but we talked about something a little serious last week. So I think I want to make it a little bit more fun. So we're going to have some fun on the Grizzly. And one thing that you ain't got to worry about is no damn crashing and glitching because we got some new shit. So we're gonna be okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Because you got all that new
And I'm gonna be featuring a couple of more fragrances. So hopefully the fellas are ready. Get your pens ready. So you had to write these things down. I'm telling you, this is gonna be something that you're gonna want for the winter time.
Also, I definitely got to point this out. If you don't know, Sophisticated Grizzly is our resident sommelier. If you don't know what a sommelier is, he's like a sommelier, but only for fragrances. He has the most extensive. He has the most extensive fragrance collection of any man I know, and I have a pretty good one, but it pales in comparison to 1/3 of what he has.
Rumor has it he hasn't worn the same cologne twice this year.
In about 2 years, about 2 years.
Oh, dang.
In about 2 years,
And
he has never worn
the
the
year's
same-
almost up.
Yeah,
Have y'all seen Hocus Pocus?
no.
What?
Like, yo, it's like a bookshelf. They got in the movie Hocus Pocus. That's his cologne,
Yeah.
cologne collection. And
Baby,
shit.
you mean to tell me you haven't? Hold up, Rich. You mean to tell me you haven't seen any of the Rocky series, but you watch Hocus Pocus?
Whoa! I've watched every Rocky that exists now.
Now,
Okay.
You talking about
a year
shit, that
ago,
was, Marcy, that was years ago. A year ago.
no, Rocky, the movie.
No, that wasn't years ago. That was months
Rocky,
ago.
a Bullwinkle movie? No, Rocky Balboa.
The fucked up thing is, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. I can. Nothing in my sleeves. Ooh, press.
Hey, that's way too old. It's way
You don't
too.
know that. Yeah.
Right.
He ain't gonna know that. He ain't gonna know that.
Bullwinkle movie less than 5 years
90s
ago.
baby.
Bullwinkle.
Nope. Not that.
That's like saying that's like saying underdog.
You're making underdog.
Hey,
Underdog.
It's no underdog yet.
Marcy, I like Disney movies. I posted earlier that my favorite Disney movie is called Black.
Oh, black. I didn't know that.
I never heard of that.
Y'all ain't never seen that shit? That shit is crazy.
Nah.
You sure that's a Disney movie?
It's crazy.
You listening to him?
Y'all gotta
You really
watch
listen
I
to
that.
think, hey, Marcy, I think he's
Oh, is this
confusing
one of those
Disney
set
and
up to get
porn.
permit? See, I can't trust you.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Marcy,
Disney has porn?
Marcy, I think he's confusing Disney and porn again. I think he's confusing Disney and porn
Yeah, he
again.
does that.
That's my favorite Disney movie.
Moulin and the Rouge.
Wow.
Oh God!
I know what he's talking
Oh,
Wow.
send that to Marcy.
Okay.
Okay.
I got
That's a
you.
good.
That's
That's
a good
funny.
one, man.
That's funny.
Wow.
That's funny. Wow.
Oh God, what you got sending me?
Marcy,
What are the best Disney
we
movies?
gonna get a reaction out of this one live. Like.
Okay, wait a minute. Y'all sending me something on Facebook? Okay.
And of course, that's our boy Mac.
Yeah. You right on it.
Wait for her reaction.
Off the screen.
All right. So you know we're right there where we usually wrap up. But
Oh
I
my
know that
God.
this week has a lot going on, so I want you to give them a rundown of what's coming up, especially that cruise dude. Let them know.
Okay. I'm with a male modeling group called the Queensmen. I met our coordinator, Miss Arvanette, in Cabo. I met one of the models in Cabo when I did a fashion show in Cabo. From there, we put our own team together of all black males because we noticed that male models are lacking, especially the black male models. So we have now 8 male models that are a part of the Queensmen. We finally, as jury stated, we finally got to the point where we really don't come out of our pocket with anything. They actually fund everything for us to get there. Working with the designers, we use that platform to help designers that aren't able to travel, because we have designers here that are putting their all into getting material or doing things to deal with people to advertise for themselves. So why not market with them and take it with us when we travel to these places? February is London, which is the Beautiful You fashion tour.
Okay.
January is North Carolina for the Gala Awards in Raleigh, North Carolina. June, we are doing the entertainment for Cabo Cruise from June the 2nd to the 4th. We are doing the entertainment on the cruise ship. From there, I think we also doing Kenya.
Kenya?
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
That's what's up.
The motherland.
So we just, using the platform to help the designers, but also, show that we do have our black, young men, because I'm not old, so that we have our black young men that are, taking a stand for our black male models and, paving the way, because it seems
What
like
you
we
trying
got
to
out
say,
of
Brian?
everything. So,
Yeah, I agree with you.
give a little bit back to show that, the melanin, we're still in the scene too,
He said,
when it
'cause
comes to
I'm not
models.
old.
You need to reach out to Bacchus because he's a traveling
Oh, yeah.
photographer, and he is. If you haven't seen his work, you need to check out his work. Why don't you throw your Instagram, your link to your website up in the comments, Bacchus, so that they can see your work. He's amazing. Just met him at our last event, and he's like getting indoctrinated right into the GMC
Oh, yeah.
class of photographers. He's really really good. So, but there we go. Bam.
There we go.
You need to
Marcus
check out his
Cleary.
work. He's yeah. But this has been a great conversation. It's so weird because when we do shows where there's something negative in the title, you always worry about it being pushed too far. But the last 2 shows have been about subjects that could have been gone to the left. And I feel like it's a joy to be with intelligent, thoughtful people who actually know how to look through a subject through the right lenses and not always take it to the depths of hell.
Well, it's in the title, grown man shit.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this
you
is
also
very
gotta
therapeutic for
understand.
me. So,
Yeah.
You also gotta understand though, like this generation, including me, is coming from a generation who heard our queen, Michelle Obama, said, when they go low, you go high. But we also the same generation who listen to Uncle Charlotte and say, when they go low, you take it to the floor with them. So,
Wow.
So anyway, we would like to thank you all for checking out the Grown Man Click. We want to thank Tony for coming in. We of course want to thank John for coming in, and of course we thank you. I want to thank everybody because we all trying to make grown men a thing where you can actually have legitimate, intelligent conversation and just enjoy a good hearty laugh on a Monday night. Marcy, we thank you and love you for coming in. Grizz, you know we love you and thank you because from day one you've been the A1. You've been here. We wouldn't have started without you. We couldn't even figure out how to get online on StreamYard without you. So you know we have a deep affection towards you and thank you for all that you've done to keep us successful. And as we say, whenever I'm in this chair, do good, or if you do bad, do really bad, so they know you meant
And do it really good.
Peace.